All right, so this video is gonna be no longer than 5 minutes for me to get my rant off. Anyways, so you're probably wondering, what is this rant about? And this rant is about this guy, LeBron James. So LeBron James has started his own podcast called Mind the Game, and he's sweeping through rounds of freaking whatever you want to play with ESPN in the podcast or media industry or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, now that we have that out the way, let's get actually into the rant. Okay, so Mind the Game podcast came out probably about a year ago, literally in 2024. And it was probably one of the most shocking things that literally I could have thought that was going to happen. LeBron James doing a podcast, and the fact that it was co-hosted with JJ Redick, I think was the perfect pairing. And yeah, I just think it was a whole beautiful thing. And it was so shocking, honestly, that they just came out of the blue. And it was honestly just really like, wow, you know what I mean? But it was probably the second most shocking thing in 2024 because Cat Williams, let's be honest here, like, right? Okay, but anyways, that's beside the point. So anyways, this podcast changed everything for me and just how I thought of sports podcast in general, honestly, because with that podcast, I figured out that sports media was doing it all wrong. Like literally, they were just doing it wrong. Like that's just how I felt, right? Well, not everybody, of course. You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm talking about. Just how are we gonna let this guy LeBron James and this guy JJ Redick, who just came in, literally outdo ESPN at all? Like literally, how is that possible? You know what I mean? Because ESPN literally has all the sports to talk about. Literally, they have basketball, football, whatever you want to talk about. And LeBron James and JJ Redick only have basketball to talk to in extensive way, obviously. And their show was literally one of the best products of the year, in my opinion, obviously. You know what I mean? And the thing that just makes it feel so good to me, honestly, is the fact that it talks about basketball. It's not a soap opera. It's not about anything like that. It's literally basketball on and off of the court. And it educates us. It literally educates us. It educates us. And I'm no expert in basketball. I'm really not. Honestly, I'm probably lower average person with basketball. But with JJ and LeBron, they had your boy feeling like he knew a little basketball. I'm sorry. I'm sitting there calling out plays and stuff and calling out plays and all that crap. And it didn't feel like a crime to know basketball and to be low-key a basketball nerd. That's how I felt with them too. And I don't know, with ESPN, it just doesn't give me that same feeling, right? So, for example, the Gortat screen, the screen named after Anderson Varejao, or the 12 rub rifle. And it was just mind-blowing to know all of this basketball and to just be able to literally just absorb all this knowledge. And it was so good, you know what I mean? And ESPN has never made me feel this way. Like literally, never ever. And it's because they talk about the same thing over and over and over and one more time for the people in the back, over again. I'm so sick and tired of hearing about the freaking same GOAT debate, LeBron or MJ or Brady or Mahomes. Like, what? You want to know what? We don't talk about actual basketball topics on ESPN. Something like the Detroit Pistons and how they've literally turned around their whole team. Like, literally, the Detroit Pistons were a laughingstock last year. And now they're literally, I think I checked the other day, they're like 5th in playoff rankings in the East. Like, or we could be talking about Jokic and Shea. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much basketball to be talked about, and it's just not enough of it being talked about, in my opinion. Because you want to know why we're ESPN and we want clicks. Or I don't understand the concept of why we can't make something innovative and try to make something so innovative and so good that draws the clicks. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Like, beef and all that stuff is gonna, get the clicks and all that. But we should be trying on a more daily basis to try to make a better product, to want to get more innovative and just to drive more clicks that way, not just relying solely on beef or things of that nature. And the fact that I learned literally more about basketball in this podcast from 1 year than I have my whole life of ESPN kind of makes me sad. But you know what I'm gonna do about it? Quite frankly, nothing. I'm gonna make a video about it. That's gonna be it. And I'm gonna go watch the new Mind the Game podcast episode, which is out the day I'm gonna drop this. And that's why we love 5-minute rants. Literally 5 minutes went by and you didn't even notice it. So yeah,